Tito always says I'm using my mouth to get my opportunities. Only person I know that made money using their mouth is his ex-wife. Bad blood is the backbones of enemies, growing popularity and forever will be.
That goes to show your level of education that you count that as a fight.
Some of the biggest, the most notable names in MMA history were also some of the biggest trash talkers of all time.
This guy TKOs people. When I knock people out, they don't move. You're like, who the is that guy? Who the is that?
There were no boundaries, no lines that could be crossed, and nothing these guys were not willing to bring up, if only it meant disrupting their opponent's mental sanity for a second or two.
I'm sure your rib did hurt. Your rib is inside of a coward. That's the problem your ribs got. Got the same problem your hand and feet have. They're attached to you, dummy.
Born 2024, now time has changed and feelings are hurt in the process. What happened here? Two men who trained for weeks to face each other half naked in front of thousands of fans around the world, with the ultimate goal to beat each other to unconsciousness. The question is, did my words hurt your feelings? Sean Strickland, who has created his personality entirely on brash and unconventional truth, has openly joked about his traumatic past.
You guys are just soft motherfuckers. You gotta get hit by your family more. We need to bring back alcoholism, maybe some drug abuse. Be good for you guys.
Went after people fetishes.
Wouldn't you want to hit the guy that, says that you jerk your dog off?
I don't know.
First of all, I didn't say he jerked his dog off. He jerked his dog off. I'm just reiterating the video.
Pointed out the obvious wag that pretends to be a wife.
I know, you're 26, she's fucking 40, the ex-fucking husband lives with you, you took the last name, motherfucker, she wrote a book on how to be a wag. I didn't know what a wag was until now.
Dude is also now angry at Dracus Duplessis for doing the same thing.
Every childhood memory you have is gonna come back.
A man who was forever leading the no-holds-bar movement is now the same man advocating for peace.
I don't want to fight you, Dracus. I'm not saying you're not a good fighter. I'm just saying that that's a line that when crossed, it transcends fighting.
Am I missing something
You
here?
don't have to talk, man. I can just sit here with you for a minute.
It felt weird. It felt like I needed to dig into this and find out for certain, can you actually go too far? Nowadays, you tune into a press conference or open up an MMA news page, and even the fighters on the prelims are talking shit to each other. This is as real as it gets, but most of the time, you get the impression that these two don't actually dislike each other and are merely selling the fight.
You're sitting here running your mouth talking all this shit, but tell me who you fought.
I never finish one fight. I never finish what one fight. Because when you fight, I'm asleep, everybody sleep. Everybody sleep.
Fighters get a bonus, the company gets a little extra, and the fans get an extra show. Everyone's happy, but let me introduce you to certain characters. When these guys start talking and the company braces itself for a shit show, fans grow quite in disbelief, and the other guys state as a mortal insult. Some take this too far in an attempt to rant a condo in the other guy's head. Psychological warfare is a thing, and the most this practitioner was Conor McGregor. We also what he did to Josie.
For him to say he is the king and I am the joker, if this was a different time, I would invade his favela on horseback and kill anyone that was not fit to walk. But we are in a new time, so I'll whoop his ass in July.
Humiliated and bullied him across the globe and on fight nights, although wanted to be anywhere but the octagon. But when Conor headlined the biggest fight in UFC history against Khabib, he targeted far more than the Dagestani's record in fighting career.
If you put out this fight, I'm gonna lose what happens to you, your family, and your team even more.
In the main event of UFC 229 on the biggest MMA stage ever, Khabib had more than just the title to defend.
Happy birthday, join the bus.
I don't drink.
Why don't you drink?
I don't drink.
Why don't you drink?
I never drink.
I'll tell you some booze at parties.
I never drink.
You're mad backwards, cunt.
His country people, his own father.
Khabib's father, lick arse of fucking Houlihan. Post a picture of Kadyrov at this mosque. The Chechen people know that if the tables were turned and there was an opportunity for his father to stab that man in the back, he would do it in a heartbeat to take over. And he did not do nothing. And that's why he is a quivering coward, because he showed fake respect out of fear.
A loss with so much on the line would have rendered Khabib as the biggest loser in MMA history.
Let that smelly rap put that hat on your head, Joe. The smell of that pig.
The Eagle ultimately got the last laugh, and this grand-scale psychological warfare backfired, and Conor is still rattled to this day. Others drum up controversy as it means to sell the fight. Okay, maybe they intend on renting a place as well, but Colby Covington, the most brazen personality in the UFC, isn't as calculated as Conor McGregor. Colby yells and screams over his opponents.
I don't want to knock him out. It's not going to be lucky. I'm going to hurt him so bad. You're not going to be the same person after I'm done with you, George.
And most of his trash talk highlights actually sound more like a Call of Duty lobby at 2 a.m.
You didn't even finish when you're so soft. Yeah, you never even. Who'd you get a call from? You get a call from freaking your little tribe? They give you some smoke signals for you?
When there is a big fight to sell out and a title on the line unleashes chaos.
You suck, bitch. Keep crying.
Somehow Usman was able to enjoy the tons, but Leon Edwards, who only viewed Kobe as a character, couldn't keep himself composed throughout the verb mill.
I'm bringing you to 7th layer hell. We'll say what's up to your dad while we're there.
Oh! The fight happened, and while most expected Leon to fight emotionally, the champion kept cool, kept distance, and kept the title around his waist. And just like Conor, this extravagant shit talk backfired on Covington, quickly lost his credibility, and became one of the most disliked fighter in the company. Alright, you have the guy who talks to gain a mental edge, and the guy who talks to sell the pay-per-view, but at the very top, you have seen Strickland. I highly doubt Strickland, the current middleweight champion, gives a crap about psychological warfare and selling out arenas. He's there to inflict pain, make people bleed, but before he gets to do that, Strickland says whatever he feels like because this guy has no filter at any point.
Oh man, now if I killed someone in the ring, I'd fucking make me very happy.
I think fat shaming is always okay. There's nothing worse than being next to a fat, smelly motherfucker.
Friends, family, retired fighters, politicians, even the media guys.
If you had a son and he was like, you had a son, he was gay, you'd be like, oh man, you don't want a grandkid? Problem with it. Oh man, well dude, you're a weak fucking man, dude. You're part of the fucking problem. You ask me some stupid shit like that, go fuck yourself. Move the fuck on, man. That doesn't really help.
No one is safe from seeing Strickland, and chances are if you talk to him, he will at some points make you uncomfortable.
There's another thing with fucking kids these fucking days. Like, since when did suicide become fucking cool?
Most guys want no part of going back and forth with Cena because he will one-up you with something even more unhinged, but one brave soul decided that enough was enough. Drake is Duplessis, the unlikely contender, was the first guy and so far the only guy to flip it around on Strickland in one of the darkest press conferences in UFC history. DVP, after listening to a few slurs.
Don't let your coach grab your dick no more.
Dub up some old wounds.
Your dad doesn't have shit on me. I'm gonna show you what it's like to beat you. Every childhood memory you have is gonna come back.
And Cena Strickland was spiraled and just kept at it, went at him in a cycle rage and swore to take his soul.
I will take your fucking soul, you understand me, you fucking pussy?
Started a brawl in the middle of a crowd, cried on camera.
You don't have to talk, man. I can just sit here with you for a minute.
And threatened EVP of literal murder.
I actually sent him a message and I was like, dude, listen, Dragus, we're gonna go try to murder each other, but if you bring that shit up again, I will stab you.
I mean, Dan, I guess I should just pose the question one more time. Did your kiss take it too far? It's wrong to involve people who should be kept out. It's a douche move. Some fans may like it and others won't, but too far? I don't think so, because this is MMA, and some of the nastiest shit in sports goes down here. Broken bones, concussions, career-ending injuries, you name it. It's all allowed with no limits, and that's just how it goes. If your feelings are shattered from a verbal low blow, just hear me out. In a few hours, you'll be locked in with that same individual in a cage where you can legally torture him. Isn't that a beautiful solution? But on the other hand, if you travel down that road, then you best be prepared for counterfire with the same smile on your face. You can't dish it all day long, then cry when shits come back in your face. Strickland has unraveled since that exchange in the press conference, but it's a bit too late to pull the too far, too soon card. This no limits, no remorse, no morale trash talk is with the fine Cena Strickland, and now that trick is opened up, that mental scar, you best believe his future opponents will do so as well. All is fair in war after all, but hey, all he has to do is win. At the end of the day, that is what matters the most. I gotta bounce. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.